My full name is Donald James Harper III. I go by James, and I am a freelance musician, arranger, composer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, etc., etc. As a freelance musician, I am basically on call at all times to be hired for any gigs that come my way. So that could range from doing engineering for a YouTube channel, or arranging a cappella for a national TV ad, or a studio vocalist. I've been a session keyboardist as well, and I've written with people, a song written with people. It's all over the place, but that's the way I like it. Growing up, music was always such an inherent part of life. I don't think I had much of a choice in the matter. It was always something that was a part of my life from my family, and from a lot of the friends I gravitated towards were musicians as well. So it's just kind of been something that surrounded me the whole time. And then in college, I actually tried to major in something else, but something about music drew me back. And there's something magical about what it can do to people, and the art you can make, and how it influences people in their daily life, and how it can instigate change. That really, I want to make that. I want to be able to affect people in that positive way.
Get ready to hear UCLA's best, and I'm not talking about the Bruins. Please welcome.
My forays into a cappella at UCLA, I auditioned for all the groups that I could when I first got there. So I got to see kind of a smorgasbord of all the a cappella groups on campus, and there were a few that really stuck out. One of them was the Scattertones. It was surprising how much it defined my college experience.
Our semifinal champions going all the way to New York in April. The Scattertones!
They kind of became a family, and there were so many new experiences with them. Some of my first real performance opportunities with them, frontmanning, being able to sing a solo for the first time with no instruments, which was like super new for me. I'm like, what do I do with my hands? And oh my goodness. And then I ended up doing my first arrangements with them. The first time I ever wrote a song was for this girl that I was dating in high school, who I had never felt this way about a girl before, so I just like had to put it down. Ended up giving it to her as a gift. It was a very natural process to feel these new things that I hadn't experienced yet and try to describe them. And 2 years later, it ended up being a submission that I used for a competition called Spring Sing at UCLA. Some may call it madness, but I call it love. And that year, it was 2010, I actually ended up winning the competition with that song. And it was just a simple love song. I really think I got lucky. I feel like this doesn't happen, that most people's first song wins a competition. So it was interesting. It was a great experience, and I got kind of my 15 minutes of fame on the campus.
James is such a great musician because he's so smart with what he does. And you can tell that everything he does for a reason. Like every chord he plays, every note that he lays, like it's also tactfully placed.
Biggest accomplishments so far, I'd say the biggest one is being able to work with Bob Dylan. We have come out with 3 separate projects, a total of 5 albums over the last 3 years or so. So it was him in the next room with his road band, and me with my horn trio over here, and like actually conducting everyone. And there were times where I would see Bob look at me for a cue, and I'm like, how am I doing? Like, what? This is not me. Like, I should not be here. Don't trust me. But he did.
He just kind of keeps inspiring me to keep doing music and keep like believing in myself, because you know there's kind of a lot of doubt with what we do as a cappella artists because it's so niche.
You learn early on that what you're doing by writing music is learning to manipulate emotion. So, you know, bringing people in for the really pretty subtle parts, making people feel elevated for the really, really intense parts, conveying meaning through music and the musical choices that you make. Then putting lyrics on top of that, it's an awesome way to convey a message that really sticks with people. So if we can get a community singing along a line that goes with this really catchy melody that sticks in people's heads and hearts, then you might actually be able to convey a message that's more memorable and effective than, say, just speaking it to somebody.
He's literally living proof that if you just keep working hard and you keep setting your mind to things and you keep doing something because you genuinely love it, that it absolutely is possible.
So it's like been fascinating to learn about what musical choices can affect people in certain ways, and then how to pair that with lyricism, and yeah, hopefully instigate positive change.